All right, foremost television presenter Sulaiman Aledeh will debut his show Political Stew on TVC Nigeria tomorrow by 8 p.m.
Well, it has been generating a lot of buzz on social media as the show comes just months to the 2019 general election. Now, what is Sulai cooking? Many of you have asked that question, and I know a lot of you will be asking that question, especially when the set he'll be doing all of that went all on social media. Well, the man himself is here to spill some tea. Good morning, Sulai. Good morning.
Good morning, you're welcome.
Well, good morning. Good to have you all. And, well, look towards the political kitchen. And this is where the show will be taking place. But we're still trying to hide a few things from our viewers so that when we finally unleash what the kitchen looks like, I think you get to understand why we called it political stew.
All right, so can you tell us some of the political ingredients you're going to use to make that political stew?
It's as if the politicians are ahead of me. And if you look at the front page of the New Telegraph, you see almost everyone doing something. I can see the governor of Imo State cooking, I think roasting corn. Almost everyone is in the kitchen. It's either they're buying corn somewhere or someone sitting somewhere having a meal from the local, restaurant popularly called Mama Put. But on this show, we'll be looking at how we can actually put all the ingredients, whether it's campaign, whether it's promises kept and promises broken, whether it's something that a lot of people really want to talk about. I think it's a potpourri of issues we're looking at here on the show. Politics and national development here on Television Continental Political Stew.
All right, so certainly there are so many political programs on different TV stations and radio stations across the country. But this, from all the, at least I've been in, so I see lots of preparation. But let the people understand, what should they expect and what is unique about the political stew coming up now?
I'll tell you something. I think there's this yearning. A lot of people over the years, I've been in this business for over 2 decades, and that's 20 years and counting, done over 5,000 interviews. And I realized that the need or the yearnings of Nigerians is that they really want to hear your interviewee talk more. And they want to hear people ask the questions that are so pertinent and burning in their hearts. And I've come to realize that a lot of people, anchors, well, sometimes we all make the same mistake. We don't ask those questions, and sometimes we do much of the talking instead of the man or woman we have chosen to invite. So this show will give them more time to talk, and we'll know when to interject, and we'll know when to actually call it off when it's actually going very, very, when the stew hits the fan, if you know what I mean, and you're wearing a white like me, it gets so messy in the kitchen.
So beside the content of the program where people are coming to talk, it will also be a platform where young broadcasters can learn the art of interviewing. Is that what it is?
Absolutely. I think for the enterprise, we've come to realize that, well, we're getting older. I think perhaps that's why I have this new look. I've gone grey. So, so we have younger persons that definitely we have to bequeath such knowledge and talents to. And many of them, pretty nice, great guys, they're coming behind, and definitely they can pick 1 or 2 things. We're not saying it's the ultimate show, but it's the show that can actually define the way to go in the coming days. And don't forget, we have just a few days to the first election here in the country. That's the state of Ekiti. And of course, Osun will take place in September. Thereafter, we're looking to counting down to the big one, which is 2019. And perhaps, should I let this out of the bag? No. I think something cooking here. Yeah, something cooking, something really, really big here from Television Continental.
All right, tell us the format of the program.
The format of the program, basically, sometimes it's going to be head-to-head, but we just want to stop the head-to-head because it doesn't really give talk time. So we can take them one after the other and get the meat out of them so that when we put it in the kitchen, we know it can actually cook pretty well.
All right, remind us again, what time of the day and how often will it show on TV?
It's 8 p.m. and we're counting down, just a day to go, some few hours to the moment. It's 8 p.m. here on Television Continental. And in answering your question, there's something, spicy that will be coming at the end of the show. I call that a lettuce snack. It's a takeaway thing. It's almost like an editorial. We look at some burning issues and we give our verdict on the program. And that's one beautiful thing I know a lot of people will see that will stand out on the show.
All right, and then, of course, it's pretty much hard, you know, to cook in the kitchen and not get some...
I'm not getting out.
Exactly, and then not get some food burnt. Will it be a show that is going to put public officials on the spot?
No, absolutely. You know, a lot of people have tried to patronize these people, and instead of us asking, you know, the right questions, instead of us to question them and bring them to account, we have come to realize that, you know, in a subtle way, undercover, we have people who work with these, you know, people, and they try to bury the issues. On this program, we'll be nice, you know, we'll be very civil, but we'll, in our niceness, we'll also try as much as possible to ask the questions. So I understand where you're headed. And the bottom line is that we'll try as much as possible not to patronize, but ask the needful questions.
All right. About a week ago, there was a poll as to who the people prefer to have on the show first. Who your first guest on the show is going to be. You want to talk to us about that?
Well, I'll let you in on that poll, and I'm very happy that you followed the poll. Initially, we put President Obasanjo, former President Obasanjo there. We also had Festus Keyamo. We had Kola Olugbodiyan, the spokesperson for the PDP, and we had Adams Oshomole, and I also recall who else did we put there. But again, you saw the verdict. The people wanted Festus Keyamo and Kola to come on the show first. So whether we'll be able to bring them tomorrow is something I want to keep on the wraps. I'll let you in on that. Whether it's the former president, Olusegun Obasanjo, will be here, because I saw him recently, just recently, he had this video, you know, working out in the gym.
Yeah, working out.
Yeah, working out.
But the question Nigerians were asking is, he's going to work out, and then he has this, you know, he had his regalia, his, you know, He
wasn't looking sporty in his attire.
He wasn't looking sporty.
But he was actually looking sporty, you know, working out on the meal.
Exactly.
And there was someone assisting him anyway.
Well, I really can't say, but again, come on. A day will come, we'll pray to get to 80, and we'll see how healthy it is to be someone like President Obasanjo. The last time I saw him, he actually jumped off the stage. He didn't walk. He jumped, to, you know, from a height. So that's a healthy man.
No, really. When it comes to healthy, he's really healthy. He goes for his squash. He plays his squash every morning.
And he eats good meal from the kitchen.
And
exactly.
not to digress, the kitchen man, how will you be getting your guests from tomorrow on? Will it be through the polls again, or you just
not really. Yeah, I won't be talking about the poll, you know, all the time. Sometimes we'll talk about the poll, some other time we'll just go out and talk about those people we really want to get. I think the issue here, I quite understand what you're saying, because sometimes the people will want to vote, but we'll let it be a people's program, you know, 60%, and some other time we'll also look at what is burning and go out there and get the people. For those who really can't make it, because we just realized that TVC is spread across Nigeria, and they're also heavy in the northern Nigeria. I've taken my time going around the country, especially when I went to Nigeria's northeast, trying to, you know, check development in those states concerning the insurgency there. And I saw that almost everyone has television continental. So all of these people will try as much as possible have their say on the program. And in between it, you can also have maybe a cup of cappuccino.
Okay, and what about the feedback? What kind of design do you have to get your feedback from your viewer?
The feedback is, so far, is overwhelming, and because we're using all the social media handles, we're live on the internet, and now when we talk about internet, we're talking about Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course YouTube, and a couple of other handles we have. And we'll be streaming live as well, so if those who can't actually get us, you know, on television terrestrial, on DSTV, they can also stream live the program. So we got it all locked down, as I say.
All right, now before I let you go, you talked about the north, the presence, our presence in the north. Now we know that a lot of people in the north would like to be part of the political stew that you're cooking here in Lagos. When it comes to having them on the show, it is one thing to bring them into the kitchen where you are. Would you be going out too? Would you be taking the kitchen to them in some of your interviews? Yeah,
absolutely. It's akin to the chef going to get some ingredients. So sometimes we'll go out to get the ingredients. So we can go out and meet you wherever you are. So it's almost like the marketplace for me to shop and bring the ingredients back here and cook it properly. So sometimes the show will leave the kitchen, the political kitchen, and go all out and talk to you right there, especially if we want to make some tuwo chikamfa and miya kuka.
We can't wait.
Me and Kuka, I like that one.
We can't wait.
All right, Sulaiman Aledeh, thank you so much for being on the show. And we look forward to the unveiling of Political Stew tomorrow. It's just counting down 24 hours from now.
You're welcome to the TVC family. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Welcome back. He's a foundational member. But
Yes.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.